Hi, I'm James, and today we are working on this, which is the Dell Inspiron 5510 laptop. This is the 2021 edition of the Dell 5000 series with the Intel Core i5 11th Gen 11300H processor in this specific machine. And to start with, we are going to go around. We have a Phillips, I believe it is 00 screwdriver head, and we are going to go around the base starting at the front and side, removing the screws from the base. In our tool set we also have a new plastic pry tool, as I believe it is going to be quite a tight fit on this base, so by using a new tool we're giving ourselves the best chance to get in there cleanly. Links for the tools and other parts that I am using should all be in the description below as well. So with the last of these removed, we are now going to turn our attention to the 3 back screws. All the screws here should be the same length. I just put them to one side in the same positions that I removed them in and just place them back in the same positions. Now these back screws are retained into the chassis, and as you undo these will create a gap at the back to ease removal of the panel. So we are going to, this centre one actually on this model not retained, but the 2 end ones are. So and as we undo that one as far as possible, just a little more on this one until we get that click. With that done, we are now going to take our pry tool and push it into the gap created, go along, and then work our way down the side, releasing as many of the clips as we can. And then same on the other side. I apologise for reaching around in front of the cameras here. And down the other side as well. We can now turn our attention to the back, and we're just going to lift and apply a little bit of pressure as we do this. And so work along this back section. Other end, no. So sliding in just a little bit of pressure just to aid with that. With that done, we will then just work around the front and lift, pry in and lift the panel off the base. Once inside the machine, we have our battery here, and we are going to start by just disconnecting this, and we are going to use the tip of the pry tool and a finger to just gently ease this out. It's always a good idea to disconnect the battery whatever jobs you're doing, particularly on these models, as they have a habit of, if you open the lid they will often power on, so it's always good to disconnect the battery just so you don't have an accidental power on of the system. To clean the cooling system of the machine, first of all we can look at the fan, and this has a connector on the board here which we're going to unplug, and 2 mounting screws that I can see. We can then simply lift the fan out. This gives us access to clean the fan or replace it if that has been damaged, and also to clean the leading edge of the heatsink here. To remove the heatsink itself, we have 4, I am going to go up to a Phillips O size screwdriver bit now, as these screws are a little tighter and I don't wish to damage them. It's generally best, these screws are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 and diagonally from each other, and it is generally best to release those in that order and refit them the same. So with those undone, we can then reach and lift off the heatsink to unveil the CPU beneath it. We could clean up that paste and reapply. I am simply going to refit it for the moment. And then just refit the cooler using the screws diagonally. Those screws are retained into the heatsink. Reposition our fan. I always like to reconnect it first because it's very easy to do that, so just push down towards the socket and then line it up and slot in, and then return the 2 screws into it. With our work completed, we can now, do not forget to do this, it's always a pain when you do, reinsert our battery and take the base panel and line it back up. We can then begin pressing around the base of the system and along the back before beginning to refit the screws into the base of the machine. I like to start with the front, and then the front corners, and then the back corners. And then, having done that, we turn the rest of the screws to the base and our job should be done. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions or comments, do please leave them below. Hit subscribe if you'd like to see more videos as we post them, and the like button if this has helped you upgrade or repair your laptop. Thanks for watching and have a great day.